Hello, architects. I'm Matt, also known as Mondune, and welcome to yet another dev stream. So, without further ado, let's jump right in, shall we? So tonight, I've got several things I want to work on. I'm gonna add some little more touch-ups to the menu screen, and probably the most important thing I'm gonna start working on is equipment. So, let's get right to it, shall we? So first things first, let's actually add some polish to the main menu screen. And let's go ahead and add a little panel on the bottom right here that shows playtime and money. So yeah, once again, I'm going to show you how to add a little panel to display the countdown clock or the count up clock of your playtime and how much money you have, because that seems done as a staple in most RPG games. So let's go ahead and add a little pane here. Let's resize it real quick, and let's just do 15% for now. It looks good. Maybe 25, 20. 15% width, 20%. All right, let's move it down. And let's make it the same width as the panel there, just because, you know, reasons. All right. Name it. Call it Info BG. And now let's go ahead and add a couple text elements here. First one will be playtime label. I put LBL just to denote that it's an actual label. And let's lower the font down to, let's say, 10 and call it playtime. Lower it down. Okay. And we'll just go ahead and copy it. Paste. Take that out. And we'll put here now for playtime, just put it in carets, brackets, whatever you want to call it. Playtime. Move it down. And we actually can't see it when it's like that, so I'll just take those out real quick just so I can kind of get it positioned. Put that right there. And actually, let's move the label up just a little bit because we're going to put money right underneath. So I'm going to make sure there and maybe nudge it down just a little bit with the margin like that. And move this up. And then maybe nudge it down just a little bit, just like that. Okay. And now we'll go ahead and copy the playtime label again and paste. And this time we'll call it money label. Move it down. And looks like we're going to need to make the little window just a little bit bigger, so let's just give it a little bit more room here. And we'll change the text on this to money. And maybe move it down just a little bit more just to give the playtime a little bit more room. And once again, we'll copy it. Change the name. Move it down. And now put money in there. Now you can also put a dollar sign as well, but I like just using the word money. Okay. And don't forget, we need to go back up to the playtime and put the brackets around it. All right, let's check it out. And there you have it. We've got 0 money right now, and the clock is ticking. So, how do you like that? All right. And you know, we can always, you know, tweak the positioning and all that, but I think for the most part it looks decent. Gets the job done. Okay. Next up. Let's work on equipment. So the first thing we're going to need to do is, before we define any like equipment or equipment types or anything like that, let's define the equipment slots that our characters will be utilizing. So typically, let's do like a weapon, shield, helmet, armor, gloves, and an accessory. So first one, weapon. And let's go ahead and set the icon to like a sword. Okay. Next, let's do shield. And let me see if we can find the icon for shield. If there is one. Oh, here it is. Shield. Helmet. If there is one. Let me see here. I'm not seeing an icon for helmet unless I'm blind, which there's always a chance that's the case. But for now... let's use the skull for now, just because I can't think of anything else. And then I might have to have Noobk add some helmet icons to that sheet. Gloves. And accessory. So I'm just going to do one accessory slot, but I mean, some games do two, but I think for proof of concept for now, we'll do one. But you guys, if you're using template, feel free to add your own. It's up to you. Yeah, I'll just reduce this back down. Okay, so we have our equipment slots. So these will be the slots then that we can assign to the characters. So now let's go to our characters. Let's go to the Tay here, our hero. We'll go to equipment slots, and let's go ahead and give him all of the slots. And now we'll go to Frank. Since, yeah. Nelly. And like say, let's change, shake things up a little bit. Since like say Nelly is like a more of a ranged character, she doesn't use a shield. And same with Big Bro. Big Bro is like, a big brawler. He uses, his fists, and he doesn't need no shield because he's beefy. And he's bald. He doesn't want to mess up his hair. So no shield or helmet for Big Bro. Alright. So now that the slots are assigned, now we can go and define the actual equipment. So now we'll go in here, and let's see here. We'll do... maybe 10 for now, I guess. Alright. Oh, real quick. We also need to go into our item types and define an equipment item type. All right. So first type, let's do brass knuckles. And there's equipment. Change the icon to like this brass looking knuckle color. How about that? Description should be a set of tarnished brass knuckles. All right. Cost. When we set up a shop here in a later session, we'll add a cost to it. I think for now, let's just set the cost to like 15. Equipment slot is the weapon slot. No weight, because I'm not going to do weight in this system. All right. Now traits, under the traits for the weapons, you can actually set if you want the weapon to increase the attack power of your character, which we do want that, so we will need to add a trait. Now, since you can do it in two ways, so you can add a rank to the weapon, and then you can actually have the weapons gain experience and level up and get stronger over time. But in this particular example, we're going to follow traditional JRPG mechanics like Dragon Warrior and Final Fantasy, and the weapons are static. They do not improve over time. So in this particular case, we will set the brass knuckles to add a fixed, let's say, 2 strength. So they're not that good, it's a starting weapon, so it's going to just add a little bit of attack power. You won't notice much of a difference if you unequip it, but it's there. So then when we go to equip this, we'll need to make sure that we check the status screen, and then you'll notice that his attack power should go up in the status screen. Another thing you need to do also is, I believe you have to go into the attack, and you have to say, where is it? It might be under this. Yeah, there was a section where you would have to set up include equipment traits. I don't know if that's going to include the attack power or not, because I think it's just you're getting a static attack increase. This may be for other things, but I'm going to go ahead and check it off anyway, just in case I'm wrong. Maybe Locke can can confirm that for me if he's watching. But for now, let's continue. All right. So next weapon, let's do Frank's weapon. Let's do a oak wand. And we'll do, let's see here, do we have like a stick looking icon? Not really. So let's just do this knife instead. Let's call it copper knife. And we'll make it increase attack power by a whole big fat 1. Next, let's do let's see. This sort of looks like a gun, yeah. pistol. And that can be Nellie's weapon. Make that also increase by 2. Alright. And then for Big Bro is not going to actually get a weapon because he's a brawler. So I might go back and remove the weapon slot from him. So he just basically kind of like Ayla, I think, from Chrono Trigger. He's going to fight with just his fists. But later on, if you wanted to, give him a weapon, you can. So let's add some armor here. Let's do... Like I said, there's not really... There's no icons for helmets. I'm going to have to get Noobk to maybe add some. Maybe he might be working on a new icon sheet. I don't know. But I think for now, I'm just going to use the skull for now. So let's do like this brownish one. And let's call this like a leather... Yeah, leather cap. Actually, let's do shields. Let's do shields. Hang on. Let's do wooden buckler. And that could be a shield. No, I'll just do the one for now, just for proof of concept. Next, now we could do the leather cap. Leather cap. That is equipment. Let's do the brown skull. And I'm going to go back to the buckler because I forgot to add defense. Statistic, defense. And let's give it like 3. I'm going to have 2. And then the cap. I can do 1. Now for the armor, let's do leather armor. And let's find a good icon for that. Yeah, alright, for now we'll just do the boots. Oh, well, I forgot to add the armor slot. Oops. So let's do this. Just change this out real quick. Armor. There we go. Okay. let's do some accessories. Yes, Eduardo Barboza items are stat sticks. Correct. Let's do power ring. Make this add 2 attack power. And we'll make it instanced. So if you get 2, you can only wear 1. Yeah. Well, actually, no, never mind. That makes it so they can't be stacked. So yeah, it doesn't matter. You can have 99 power rings, it won't matter. Let's make the cost 300 money. All right. And this next ring can be, let's see here, let's do this one. This I'm going to increase armor by 1. Alright. And 1 more. Let's do... let's see. Yeah, do green. Band of speed. Ooh, no. Boots of speed. Okay. Alright, so we've got our item types, our slots, and now the equipment defined. So now, let's go ahead and I'll just add some of these to the inventory. I won't actually equip them yet. But they'll be in the inventory. So let's add some brass knuckles. Let's add the knife, the pistol, buckler, and we'll do 3 caps. Four gloves. And we'll do 1 ring of power. Great protection. it to speed. Alright, so these are all in the inventory now. Alright. So next up, let's go to the status menu. Oh, not status menu, I'm sorry. Main menu. And I'll go to the menu here. So what I'm going to do is, like, instead of having multiple different menu screens that open and then close and then go back, my goal here is to try to integrate them all into the one screen. So it's a little more complicated, but to me it flows better. So I'm going to try to do that. But we could easily, I could easily do another menu that makes it, like when you hit the equipment thing here, it'll just call the other menu and make it pop out. And then, like say you click equipment, pushes focus to the party member that you want to change his equipment, you hit execute, and then it'll open the other menu on the side. I mean, that's what I do with the status menu, and it works pretty well. But, teach their own. We'll try it the first way, and if it's too complicated, then we'll do the other way. So for now, I'm going to hide items and skills. But I'll probably copy the skills background. Paste it. I'll just put that right here. Call it equipment background. And then we'll hide that. Alright. So the equipment menu is going to consist of two components. It's going to have the equipment slots for the character, and then it'll have the available equipment. So the way it's going to flow is you'll push equipment, it'll ask you to pick a character who want to change their equipment. It'll then push the focus over to the equipment slots then for that character, and that will be a templated list, and that list will basically have the context of the selected character. It'll show that character's slots, and then you basically then pick a slot. It'll then push focus over to the list of available equipment. You pick the equipment that you want to equip, and then it will go and then equip the item. So then basically pushing the focus back over to the slots, and then you just hit escape, and then it'd go back to the party list. So that's the general flow of how it would work. Okay. So first things first. I think what I might do is I'll just copy the skills template list, since it's already kind of in the right position. I can just go in here and modify it. Yeah, I'll just rename it to equipment slots. Yep. And so now we'll go in here and we'll modify the context. So template type is still character, but now the custom context I believe would be equipment. Actually, hang on. Change it to equipment slot. And you don't need a custom context because it's the equipment slots, and the context will be the selected party member. So it should just show the slots for that character. So item counts, we don't need the AP cost tag. Take that out. But we can change this to slot name. And the icon will still be the icon. Should be fine. Okay. So, let's go to menu. First things first. We want to do on our loaded script. Here, let me just change this to equipment BG, not visible, and equipment slots, not visible. And then under the menu, equip. Let's go ahead and see here. Let's make a switch. Call it equip items. So now when you execute equip, tell it to change switch to equip items to be on, and you'll see why I'm doing this here in a second. And then push focus to party. All right. And then so now what we can do is also, before you push the push focus to the party, and then, but we can also then toggle the visibility of the equipment BG to on, and then toggle the visibility of the slots to on, and then under party focused, whoops, wrong way, party item focused, I will set a new conditional. Should be fine to put it at the end here. Yep. If equip items is on, then you'll want to save the context unique ID to selected hero, and then set the context of equipment slots to the currently selected context. So that way it will update. And probably wouldn't hurt to just go in through a refresh as well for the slots. Alright. Let's see what happens.
Yes.
Okay. So I think I need to maybe change the visibility here to make it, toggle that on first before pushing the focus. Yeah. Let's try that. There we go. All right. So that sort of worked. But let's also just use context. Let's see. Active party. Can we do a child context maybe? Hang on. Current selection context, but I think I just need to go and change the context of the actual slots. I put the wrong thing here. So let's do sorry, it's been a while since I've set this up from scratch. Give me just a second here. Equipment. Right? No, it's equipment slot. Bear with me here. Equipment slot, equipment. Okay. Now, the equipment slots. Okay. Let's try it again. Although, before I do that, hang on, let me double check, make sure everyone's got the proper slots assigned, which they do. Yeah. Accessories. Make sure everyone can use an accessory. Big Bro cannot use a shield, cannot use a helmet, he can use armor, gloves, and accessories. And the weapons here, because Big Bro, you know, he's a fist fighter. Alright, let's try this again. Alright, well, I call that progress because now it's not showing the character's name, it's just not showing anything. So, yeah. Alright. Yeah, equipment slot, equipment. Just interesting though, because equipment isn't showing up in the context list, but available equipment is. So I wonder if something changed. So like I have another project open on my other screen as a reference, and in that project, the custom context for the equipment slots is equipment. But it's not showing up in the, what do they call it, the IntelliSense. But I think Locke did say that the IntelliSense doesn't work 100% of the time, so it could be. Okay. Aha. There's our problem. I think. Let's try that. Maybe it was making them invisible because they were empty and so it was not usable. I don't know, maybe. That's what I get for copying another thing. Maybe we should just do it from scratch next time. Nope. Still not working. Okay. It's slot equipment. Custom context, yeah. Slot name. Ah, slot name. That's the problem. Let's try equipment icon. See, you always got to double check the context and the templates. So that's what you get for copying another list, because all the contexts for each type are different. So there it is. Alright. So you'll notice, so Tay's got weapon, shield, helmet, armor, gloves, accessories. Frank, Sam, we can go down to Nelly. She doesn't have shield because she doesn't use shields. And you go to Big Bro, and he's only got armor, gloves, and accessories. Yeah. That works. Now the other thing's missing is the icon. So when you look at that, I could have sworn. So icon, it says equipment icon. So maybe we need to change it to slot icon. There we go. Yeah. There it is. Perfect. So, what I'll probably end up doing, I'm going to maybe move the list down a little bit, maybe spread it out, but then when I hit execute on the character, it's going to push focus over to that slot. I'll hit execute on the slot, and then I'll probably have another window pop up that shows the available equipment. So that way I can just kind of scroll through that list. And then when I hit execute on that, it will just hide that list, hide that window, and then show that weapon equipped. Now what I might do as well, maybe, is not even show the name of the slot. You know? Let's do that, actually. Because I think showing the name of the slot is redundant. I mean, what do you guys think? Chat, should we show the name of the slot or just the icon? So I think in like the old school, like say Final Fantasy games, Dragon Warrior, I don't think they actually showed the name of the slot. I think they just showed the icon. What do you think? Bueller? Okay, take the slot name out. All right. Yeah, I like that better. You know what might look even better is if we do a pane. Each slot has its own little pane. Yeah. Now that I think about that, let's try that. So that being said, we wouldn't even need the equipment background. We would just need the list. So let's hide that real quick. Hide skills, hide the items. Okay. Yeah, let's do this. Let's see. There we go. Yeah. G, and then for the icon, let's actually do this. Yeah, there we go. All right. I will be right back. I'm getting a phone call. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. Okay, this list is looking good. I think this was a good decision. So let's just get it kind of positioned right here. And let's move this over just a little bit. All right. I think it was 5 slots, right? 6. Okay. But not everyone can use all slots, except maybe Tay. So yeah, we're gonna need to increase the height of this more. Just so we can get one more slot in here. So increase the height. There we go. And we can lower the width of the pane just a little bit, because I mean, I highly doubt we're going to have an equipment text that's that long. So maybe something like this. And actually doing it this way, then we might even be able to include the list of available equipment on the side here. So yeah, this actually doesn't need to be super wide. Let's try that and see how that looks. Yeah, alright, hang on. Let's go ahead and let's see here. Equipment BG, let's just get rid of that completely. And let's try that out. I like that. What do you guys think? I think that looks pretty slick. Because then, here, check this out. What we can do now is change the pointer to a mask. Let's do this one. 2, 3, 4. Oh, hang on. Component. No. Hold on a second. Okay. It's probably because of the width, I bet. Maybe. Oh, crap. Okay. I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. So make sure the equip items flag is on, so that way the party menu knows that you're, when you hit execute to push focus over to the equipped items. So now let's go ahead and push focus to equipment slots. And let's see what happens. Oh, hang on, before I do that though, let me go back to the menu. And when the menu is focused, go ahead and tell it to turn that switch off. Yep. And to toggle the equipment slots off. All right, let's try this. I'm not sure I'm a fan of the mask. I might try a cursor. There it was. I was wondering where that panel was popping up when I selected the equipment slot. So it should be good now. There we go. Not too bad. Although, I don't know, for this menu I would prefer to use the mask. Let's try... Let's increase the height a little bit. Oh, I know, hang on. Instead of the height, let's do a margin. No, not there. Item details. Margin top. Give it a little bit of space. And then, let's try that mask again. So it looks good, but I need to figure out the bordering of the items and why the bottom of the cursor is not showing and why the right. So I'll work on that later, but I do think the mask looks pretty good, and I think the slots with their own individual border looks really good. So that's progress. But I think I'm going to call it a night, guys, so I do appreciate you tuning in, and stay tuned for further updates, and I hope you all